Hello and welcome to my channel, I Want to Lose Gaming. So we are going to be experiencing a bit of a fever dream today with this character here. Who is this character, you might ask? Well, besides being named Player, because he certainly does look like a player, doesn't he? He is the new Manekin character that I believe everyone is getting in the upcoming patch version Luna 2 for Genshin Impact, of course. Now, I've got a lot of questions about this character. You have to tell me who does the hat the best. We've got Navia with her fantabulous hat. We've got Wanderer with the hat of all hats. And then we have Manekin's hat, Fever Dream. So we're going to try to learn a bunch of random details about him. First of all, looks like he's starting off with this fairly generic outfit. And he appears to be starting off with the pyro element. You can see there like a little pyro explosion. Oh, there's even the pyro icon. Now, I'm super curious. How do we change elements? How do we level him up? Can we customize him? What about the female version? The first thing you might notice about the female version is we can switch to her. But if we try to add the male version onto this team, it says here we cannot have two mannequins on the team. I don't actually know if us as the players, if we're going to get both the mannequins, but at the very least on the creator experience server, things subject to change, of course, upon the official release. We have both of these characters, so let's take a look at them. We can also see that right now the hair color doesn't match the eyebrows, and we're going to try to mess with her in terms of the visual design and customization as well. Oh, my goodness, we are getting some self-insert customizable characters and Roblox and Genshin before we get Grand Theft Auto 6. This is an absolutely bizarre experience, but let's go ahead and take a look at what these characters are capable of. So we've got outfit plans, go to ensemble plans. Oh my gosh, all this stuff looks so bizarre. Unfortunately, we don't have the, the Stygian Onslaught weapon on him, but we can actually level him up, and it looks like we can see here the requirements are to reach Miliastra Wonderland, various levels, and right here, level 10. Someday I will be able to say Miliastra Wonderland without thinking. We can actually ascend and level him up, so let's see how much we can actually level him up. And look at this. You don't actually need any EXP materials to level him up. It looks like you only need to reach Miliastra Wonderland certain levels. And we can also see his ascension stat is attack percent. So very similar to Traveler, giving me the Traveler vibes. And it looks like his base attack is that looks pretty low. It looks pretty low. So anyway, are we going to actually bring him up to level 90 or whatever? Maybe we could even bring him up to level 100. That'd be pretty funny. So let's just keep leveling him up. And bam, we've leveled him up. Ascension limit? Yeah, so if we actually have the Masterless Stella Fortunas, we can give it to him, which I'm not sure why you would do that, but you can do that, which is pretty cool. And oh, look at that. His talents are already automatically crowned. I should have actually taken a look at his talents before leveling him. But fortunately, we do have the female mannequin, and her talents indeed start at level 1. So it looks like as you ascend their levels, their talents will just auto level. So basically, you don't actually need to invest any additional resources. And I sure hope not give them what their kit is capable of, or at least, you know, what I think so far what their kit is capable of. And do you get, you get some free pulls. Oh my gosh, Hoyoverse is really being extra generous with the Miliastra Wonderland. And I do wonder if everyone gets both the female and male mannequins. That is 6 entire standard banner pulls. Let's go, everyone. His attack animations actually seem pretty quick. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 hit attack string, and he's got the standard charged attack as well. I'm assuming he's got the standard plunge, standard sword plunge. Of course, he is a sword character, a good old swordy, and no, he cannot use any of the other weapon types. No surprise there. Of course, he can also equip artifacts by default. He has the 4-piece gladiators. Attack scaling character, no consolations. Look at that. So this is the first time I've seen this. In fact, not even Aloy has this, which she should have this in her UI, but she doesn't. So there's so many interesting things about this character. Preparing. Wow. Okay, this is my first time going here, so this is going to be a pretty interesting host. I am now named host. Yeah, y'all better listen to the host here or y'all going to get kicked out. Yeah. Oh my god, bro's leg. Okay, bro needs to go see a doctor. I mean, that there's a bit of an issue. Actually, he's a mannequin. He's fine. Oh my gosh, we've even got this this goofy thing. But is anyone tall enough? Oh, it's got little steps. Okay, it's got it's got a little box for us, so we can you know, take incredible photos with our friends if you have friends. Unlike me. Wow, really going for a ride here. Although I will say, these don't spin as much as I recall them to spin, or at the very least the ones that, you know, sometimes my little 4-year-old kid goes into. And one more mildly interesting thing about Manekino and Manekina are their run speeds, and actually Manekino and Manekina seem to have the same run speed as each other, but they also seem to be a bit slower than Zhongli or tall male characters, but also notably faster than the middle-sized female models. So they have a pretty decent running speed overall, and I find it mildly interesting that Manekina actually has the same run speed as Manekino, since run speed has definitely had a gender divide in Genshin Impact. Also, they both have pretty good B-hops, which this clip doesn't show, but yeah, they do. This part, Agile stance when the mannequin unleashes an elemental skill or burst, it will change to one of its existing outfits on Rams. Let's go ahead. Oh, that's crazy. So now he switches to this form. Oh, and he switched back. So it's a very temporary thing during his infusion state, right? Oh, that's actually pretty smooth. That's pretty cool. So now we've got our female mannequin who starts off kind of spooky, and then once she gets serious, the inner Gyaru school girl comes out where she starts beating the crap out of her enemies. So pretty interesting setup we've got here. Let's finally check him out in combat. We've got him with this build. He's got 2,296 attack and a pretty solid stats. We're going to give him a little bit of help with the Primordial Jade Cutter. We're going to start off with this because, yeah, it's, maybe I'll showcase him with a free-to-play friendly weapon. I've got some pretty decent artifacts here too, with some pretty solid rolls, as you can see. So, two-piece for now, and here we go. Let's do this. We've got our good old buddy, Mr. Regisvine. And first off, when we use his elemental skill, not only does he start Kiritoing all over the enemy, but he also gains elemental infusion, which is kind of cool. And we can also use his burst right here, where if the enemy actually enters the field, he'll do some damage. And if he swaps off, he'll do a tiny instance of damage as well. And as we can see, even with this incredible build, the Cryo Regisvine has barely lost more than half of its health. And check this out, guys. But first, I'm going to batter him up real quick. But if you thought you could use his burst for some off-field elemental application, well, guess what? No, you can't, because when he swaps off, it cancels the burst as well. So yeah, we can just very quickly take a look at his kit and his multipliers. These descriptions remind me of good old 1.0 kit descriptions. So short and sweet. I mean, look at this. This is just like deals a little bit of damage with 4-second infusion. Finally, we have his burst, with this being his biggest multiplier. Basically, you can move enemies in and out of his burst to do a little bit of damage. And finally, this one is if you swap off, he'll do a little bit of damage, and he gains some energy as well, which is, yeah. And one more question you guys probably have is, can you use the mannequin in end game modes? And no, you cannot. As we can see, the character literally does not even show up in the Abyss menu, and this should apply for Imaginarium Theater as well as for Stygian Onslaught as well. Let's finally try them out in combat with a full team. So I've got Bennett here. He's got the Mist Splitters on for max attack buff, and finally the usual shenanigans. We've got Shieldin with mostly the usual shenanigans, although she does have the 4-piece instructors. And finally, we have Sitlali to hopefully provide some melt damage amplification. So let's go ahead and give it a try here. So we're just going to go ahead and do the usual rotation, which is something like this. And here we go. So go for the burst. Yo, big damage, 274,000. And here we go. We got another 100k, and now we got to go for some melt damage. Oh my gosh, even with this team, we're not able to single cycle the Dorito. Wow. I can't even. Okay, so here we go. I decided to set up a whale nuke showcase. What if you dumped like $6,000, or I guess more like $5,000 into Manekin? What kind of nuke damage could you get with them? Well, here we go. Unfortunately, Manekin's not at level 100, but 2.46 million damage with the insane bonus damage buffs from this domain. Yeah, I'm out of words. Okay, look, so it's really obvious that this character is not meant to like be very meta, at the very least not right now. But what's really cool about Manekin is that, of course, you can just play with basically an OC in Genshin, which is really bizarre to me. It's not something that Genshin's ever really done, obviously, before, where you can customize a character and use them. And the fact that they can alternate between costumes is honestly a pretty cool little trick that they do. Now, unfortunately, I didn't figure out how to change elements for the Manekin. So, after asking a couple of my friends, it looks like the Manekin's element will actually match the Traveler's element, so that means we can use all the elements except for Cryo at the moment. And needless to say, the four of us with Gotcha Gamer, DHCWSP, and 7 Please, we all decided to test out a full team of 4 Manekins. Here we go.
Hydro boys, you do it.
Alright, come on, Hydro.
Oh,
okay. Easy.
Dendro.
Okay, we need the Dendro to be applied, and then we just...
oh my gosh, it's not enough.
This is crazy. Can we single cycle it? Can we single cycle?
Wait, I'm using my burst.
Wait, I don't have any more Dendro.
Oh, no more Dendro. Oh, maybe we do need 2.
No?
Oh, we did it.
Wow.
Wow. I Kirito'd all over them.
Blooming hot.
What did I get? What did I get?
Naturally, after beating up one of Teyvat's most dangerous enemies, we decided to go for a local legend with a full party of 4 Manekins. You guys can go ahead without me, but yeah, I'm eating food too. There we go. Let's go. Full buff whale Manekins.
And I really like it.
After being very unsurprised by the amount of damage that our Manekins do, and even retrying once, because we all died, and then dying probably a couple dozen of times between all of us, we managed to finally defeat this thing after 8.5 minutes of grueling combat. You may want to rethink letting that Manekin stay in your world after they join your party if damage is what you care about.
You guys.
Wow!
Yo, mechanical gear is nice. I just needed that.
Let's go. 400 more, damn.
And if I were to like try to recommend you a Manekin that you can actually use that's not like completely useless, I'd recommend Anemo Manekin for the overworld in particular. Anemo Manekin with, for example, if you do have the Freedom Sword, that'd be great, but if you don't, it's fine. But you can equip the Viridescent Vener and still Resistance Shred, and for example, they'll perform somewhat similarly to other Anemo characters on, for example, Lunar Charge team. But yeah, I mean, Anemo will also be a decent character for providing Anemo resonance for overworld exploration purposes, so you can't actually get away with using them, and for them not to be completely, I would argue, useless like the current Pyro Manekin is in comparison to, more meta characters and stuff. But yeah, clearly not a character designed for gameplay meta, and clearly a character designed for the Miliastra, whatever it's called, Wonderland. I think that's what it's called. In that sense, the Manekin does a great job, and I mean, they're a good bit of fun. So, yeah, don't let, their combat performance deter you from, perhaps enjoying their presence in the overworld. Overworld stuff is very easy anyway to begin with, and I'm really looking forward to see what additional costumes we're gonna get, because obviously this creator experience server version doesn't have many costumes and stuff, but I'm sure when it's live it will have quite a lot more, and it'll be really interesting to see all the creations that players make, whether it's for the stages or whether it's even their character creation codes. And yes, you can actually share your character creation code, and you can import character designs as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Manekin, if you guys have any good ideas for using them in a decent team, but even then, they're not even usable in the Abyss or Imaginary Theater or Stygian Onslaught, so does it even really matter? Not really. Just have some fun with this character, because that's what they are. They're just, some fun to be had. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Want to Lose, signing out.